So then guys, the new MacBook Pro with the M5 inside of it. When is it coming? What are we expecting to be different about this MacBook Pro? And also, how much faster or how many more cores are we expecting to see inside of it? Well, today I want to tell you all the details about this. But first of all, let's just go over a little quick history lesson of where we are with the MacBook Pro. So right now, we actually have the M4 MacBook Pro, and the M4 MacBook Pro got released or got announced at the end of October 2024 and then came out a few days later in the early part of November 2024. And this was the first time we saw an M4 put inside any of the Mac kind of family, or the MacBook family to be specific, out there. We also did get the M4 Pro and the M4 Max put inside of the MacBook Pros, but you know, the main focus I want to talk about today is just the general M4. Now, with that M4 chip, what we actually got inside the MacBook Pro was the actual full-fat 10-core CPU and 10-core GPU. So from the CPU element, we actually got 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores, and this was the first time that Apple have ever actually increased the amount of CPU cores in their kind of baseline configuration of the M series. So I'm talking like M3, M2, M1. We've always had, say, 8 cores as the maximum amount of CPU cores, so went up to 10 cores for the first time, what was amazing to see in 2024. But the actual MacBook Pro design stayed exactly the same as the M3 one, except for we got the extra USB-C port. That was the same as the M3 Pro and the M3 Max, you know, and obviously previous MacBook Pros before that. But we also got Space Black as a first-time option for the standard M4, and then also we got the exact same design, same things like the mini LED display, but we did have the offering of, say, the nano texture and a few other bits and pieces too, including better battery life. So you can get up to 24 hours of battery life now with the MacBook Pro with the M4 inside of it. But believe it or not, the M4 MacBook Pro has been out now for already half a year, and a lot of you guys are excited to know, what will the M5 MacBook Pro give us? And when will it actually come out? And also, is it going to be one of the first devices to get the M5 inside of it? Well, we've actually got this leak right here, which is showing us a little bit of a roadmap, telling us that the MacBook Pros are on target to be one of the first devices to get the M5 put inside of it, or it's more likely that the iPad Pro will get the M5 first. We're not too sure at this rate, but it does look like it's going to be one of the first devices to actually get it, looking at this leak right here. But then the next question you're going to ask is, well, are we going to get a new design with this MacBook Pro? Well, I'm afraid to say unlikely this is going to be the case. It looks likely that the kind of standard M5 MacBook Pro is going to look identical to the one we have with the M4 inside of it. So this is the same design we've had now since 2021 when we got the introduction of the M1 Pro and also the M1 Max. It doesn't look like this is going to change this year. We're going to have to wait out to probably 2026, where we're going to get a refreshed design with the MacBook Pro, and most likely that's when we'll get the OLED displays inside of it. And you can see that from this leak right here, telling us all that information, that an OLED MacBook Pro is probably going to start from the M6 series going forwards with that. So what I would be saying, if you are waiting for the next generation design of a MacBook Pro, well then yeah, you might have to wait out another year or so until we actually get that. But then the next question after this you're probably wanting to know is, how fast is that M5 going to be? Well, generally speaking, Apple likes to do increments of around about, say, 20 or 25% in speed over its previous generation. And I'm talking that as an average. I'm talking that as an average from, say, the NPU, the CPU, and the GPU all put together in its performance, whether they add more cores or not. And talking about cores, it's likely that if Apple are going to increase the cores from the sort of standard 10-core CPU and 10-core GPU, then they would actually probably increase the GPU this time. At the end of the day, we've now had a 10-core GPU ever since the range of, say, the M2 sort of series, and this is most likely the time now when they're probably going to increase it now to possibly a 12-core GPU inside the likes of the baseline configuration with the M5. I don't think it's likely that we're going to get an increase in CPU cores because we just got that with the M4, but GPU cores, probably an additional 2 cores. What would be really cool, so we could have a configuration combination of, say, 10 CPU cores and then 12 GPU cores, what will be really awesome to see inside of this. Now, the other thing to also mention is don't expect that we're going to get an increase in kind of RAM capability. Obviously, Apple have just only recently done that. They've decided to make the baseline version 16 gigabytes. So I would say this is still going to be the same for the M5. But one thing that could possibly change is the baseline amount of storage inside the MacBook Pro. Right now, it's 512 gigabytes for the baseline amount. This might finally increase now up to the likes of, say, 1 terabyte as the baseline, because obviously we've had 512 gigabytes as the baseline amount of storage inside a MacBook Pro for a very long time now. So yeah, maybe Apple might do this as the first next step to increase the MacBook Pro to have 1 terabyte inside of it. What would be really awesome to see. Something else what's going to be awesome to see, what's going to happen way before the MacBook Pros come out, and that is the giveaway we're doing on this channel for this right here. This here is a MacBook Air with an M4 inside of it, and this is the full fat version of the M4, I like to call it. So this is the 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, and it's also got 24 gigabytes of RAM and also 512 gigabytes of storage. And I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of June time 2025, and you can enter into this giveaway right now. All you have to do at this stage at the moment is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's going to be a new MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. Maybe it's going to be nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be Nintendo Switch 2 when that comes out in June time. Maybe it could be something else like a DJI drone or something like this. Well, just let me know in the comments below. Now, the other thing I'm going to say is there is a second part to the giveaway that will be happening near the end of June time, where there will be a form to fill in and everything like this, but I'll be giving you a video giving you all the details about that near the end of June time. So you make sure that you want to check out that video, because I'll also be announcing when I'm going to do the live stream to give away this MacBook Air. So the best thing you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because you want to find out all that information, and plus you want to be a subscriber too, because obviously I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say about this giveaway though, guys, is that sadly there are still some scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people, basically right here. Please do report them. So moving on then from this, what about the release date and price? So let's talk about the release date first. So we've had this leak in right here telling us that the MacBook Pro has the potential to come out probably the same time as in previous years with the MacBook Pros, the last 2 years. So this will be the kind of end of October to beginning of November time, 2025. What's really exciting to see. However, like I did say earlier, there is the potential that a new iPad Pro might come out too, and it might actually push out the MacBook Pros to be actually coming out, say, in springtime of 2026. We'll just have to wait and see on that one, but at the moment it is looking more likely it is going to come out the end of 2025, because it does look like Apple have wrapped out the majority of their M4 journey now. Probably say a M4 inside an iPad Air is probably the only thing that's going to come out now, but really everything else has now got the M4 inside it, what is going to get it, and that journey is basically complete now going forwards. But for the actual price-wise, well, most likely it looks like the prices are going to stay the same as long as tariffs do not interfere with this. Now, obviously, I've spoke about tariffs, about the MacBook Pros, about, iPhones and things like this. But if they do not interfere too much, or if they don't get too much higher, maybe Apple might suck up some of that profit inside of it. So the good news is more than likely that the price of the baseline MacBook Pro with the M4 will be the exact same price of what we'll get with the MacBook Pro M5, because we're not going to be getting a design change or anything like that. But what I would say is when that new OLED MacBook Pro comes out in 2026, maybe the price might go up then, because obviously it's a new design and things like this. So yeah, just be aware of that. But with that then, guys, that is the latest and greatest we know about the MacBook Pro M5. Are you excited for it? Are you going to get this model? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, time to wrap up the video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And as always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.